Hi, I'm Katie, and this podcast is about my family and about our camp in northern New Hampshire. For the past few months, I've talked a lot about what my camp means to me, how it's a break from the stresses of my life, how it's a way to reconnect with nature, and how it ties my family together. With family being such an integral part of this camp experience, I decided to reach out to a few family members to get their input. I called my sister Nikki, my cousins Jesse and Marshall,
Hey.
Hola.
my dad,
Hello.
my auntie Lisa,
Hello, Katie.
and my Grammy Joan.
Hello, Katie.
You'll hear a bit from each of them throughout this podcast. To start off, I just want to explain a little bit about what I mean when I refer to camp. I come from a fairly large family. My dad has 5 siblings, and I have about 15 cousins on that side of the family. And a while back, one of my uncles bought some land on the side of a mountain to be close to some great snowmobile trails. He was thinking he could build a large camp on part of the land, and we could all go up and visit, and then he would sell the rest of the land to make some money. But after spending a few winters up there, my dad and the rest of his siblings decided to buy up the land and build camps of their own. So now we have about half a dozen trailers and cabins on the side of this mountain. Camp is a unique place because there's very limited service, so throughout the years we've been there, we've had to be really creative with what we do for fun. This has led to learning a lot of card games and to perfecting our Monopoly techniques. To get a better idea of why we like going to camp so much, here are some of our favorite memories and some of the things that we look forward to when we go up to camp. This is my sister Nikki. She is going to school at the University of New Hampshire.
Me, Jesse, Lexi, and Lily, we're all sledding together down our hill. And I was in a tube, and all three of them were in front of me. And so they went first, and then I went last. And then I ended up getting so much speed that I bonked all of them off of the driveway into the woods, and I kept going, and at the bottom there's a stream, so it basically made a jump from the rocks, and I jumped it. I still held on to the tube sled, but when I landed, I popped and I landed right in the middle of like the running water, like on a rock. My gosh. But it was so funny. Everyone, like, because I turned around and everyone.
This is my cousin Marshall. He graduated from college last year and now works full-time in Massachusetts.
Some of the best memories are going out, like snowmobiling for everyone, doing some of the night rides, going out for a hike in the morning, and then coming back to camp and grabbing a beer with everyone, and then hanging out, playing games, just being able to focus on what you're doing now and not worrying about anything really else that's going on.
Yeah.
Kind of just relaxing.
This is my cousin Jessie. She's a senior in high school. So what are some of your favorite memories from camp?
Well, one of mine is tubing down the river because we get lost all the time and we go for about 5 hours straight. No clue where we go.
And it's never supposed to be that long of a trip. It's always supposed to be like, oh, we'll go out for like 2 hours, we'll be back. Like 7 hours later, we come back.
And then when we are supposed to get out, we miss it, so we have to get out and walk to our car on the side of the road with our tubes.
Yep.
And it's always freezing, but we still do it.
Because by the time we actually figure out where we are, it's like midnight. The sun's
Yeah, exactly.
like way gone.
Another memory.
This is my auntie Lisa, who's also Marshall's mom and works with some of my other aunts.
Just relaxing, get away from all the technology, not having to deal with the hustle and bustle of real life.
Yeah, definitely. This is my gram.
Four-wheeler, hello. Auntie Lisa, traveling through the hills and everything, that's different, I've never been on a four-wheeler before, and that's the only way I can get around, so that's what I do. Yeah. I've been to a couple of the waterfalls, which I loved. I walked up on the waterfalls a couple times with Kimmy. Kimmy took me out there, and I love the...
Now, I could talk about camp all day, but with the focus of my story being on this sense of pause, one of the questions I wanted to address when talking to my family was if camp felt like a pause for them as well. Here are some of the answers I got.
On. It's kind of a break from reality. Not having cell phone service or internet at like the majority of the camps and everything is like a huge release. It's like you're cut off from the rest of the world. You're not worrying about like what everyone else is doing or Facebook, Twitter, any social media. You're kind of just like living in the moment type of ordeal.
Yeah.
So it's like you're kind of hanging out with everyone, and you just get to do what you want to do. You're out in the woods. It's relaxing.
How relaxed it is up there, and you can wake up with the sun and go to bed like with the night and stuff. But I definitely feel like it's
definitely a break and everything, because like now there's service, but it's still not good. So you're getting a break.
This is
from
my dad.
reality,
He works on construction.
and like you're just hanging out with your family and friends. Like you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about what you're looking like. Like we go out in like all sweatpants and like looking like hits, and no one cares. Exactly. We can do anything. We just have fun. So like you're not stressing about, oh, I have to write a paper, or oh, I have to text this person back. It's just like having fun, and like we're all so close, and like it's just, I don't know, it's really a break from reality, I feel like, and it gives you like just a sense of like living life.
Is camp kind of like this place of being able to take a break for you as well?
Yeah, because when I go up there, even when I work on the camp, it doesn't feel like work.
This is my dad. He works in construction, so he commented a little bit about what it's like to work on the camp versus working at home.
Like, I don't mind going up and working on the camp, but I get the house, there's so many projects on the house, I hate coming home from work and having to work on our house.
Yeah.
But the camp seems a little bit more fun, a little bit different.
My Aunt Elisa was able to explain how being up at camp is a different lifestyle from what we're used to in our day-to-day life.
Is to come together as a family without all the outside distractions. So I mean, it's just a different, I don't say lifestyle, but it really is. I mean, what you do up there, you probably wouldn't do down here because of technology and everything else.
Yeah, I know a lot of. So I got the sense that for a lot of us, camp really was this place of pause. And honestly, it didn't come as a shock to me. As a family that grew up pretty close, I had a feeling that most of us felt this way. What I didn't give much thought to before these interviews was how the value of family and being together came about. And to further explain this, I'm going to start with my Gram's interview.
There was 8 in my family, and we were close. We didn't have any money. My dad worked. She was a roofer and sidewalker. My mother never worked. She just stayed home and took care of us kids, So it was good. And, we went to school, made our lunch,
And then she started to talk more about my dad and his siblings.
I'm very proud of my children. Yeah. Because they made a good life for themselves. They all worked like I worked, I think everybody turned out really good, which is great. It's a very close family, as you know. And all of their children are close because they were close, which was great, And, people say, oh, my God, how do you have such a close family? And it's because we loved each other, I mean, as much as they fought, which they did fight, let me tell you, you just fight when you're going. That's how you learn how to live.
Next, I got some input from my Aunt Elisa about what it was like growing up in this family.
Growing up in an Italian family, we always were with cousins and aunts and uncles, and those were your friends. I mean, you had friends from school, but we always had cousins living with us and aunts living with us, and you went and you saw your grandparents every Sunday for dinner, and we were always a tight family thing because that was the Italian way. And so it just kind of turned over. Growing up as I was a kid, did I ever think I would still be, I'd be hanging out with my siblings more than my friends and stuff? Absolutely not. But, I mean, it's just, I guess it was just the way we were raised. We did a lot of things together as a family. We camped, we did stuff like that. So that's huge, and building, keeping everybody together.
Yeah. And then my dad and my aunt talked about how they tried to pass along the value of family to the next generation, which is my generation.
We're all definitely a lot closer.
Yeah.
It used to be we used to go camping, and that used to keep us close because we used to do that together. But now that we have the camp, I think we're even closer because we go up there more often, and there's more fun stuff to do. And you cousins are definitely, I would think, a lot closer than you would have been if it wasn't for the camp.
So hopefully it will continue with you guys. When you guys get older and have kids, you'll still hang out with your cousin. You know, I mean, growing up, you know, you guys were always together. So hopefully that's what's gonna, you know, that's what's gonna continue, you know, generation to generation. I think, you know, that's just part of the family.
And I guess speaking for my generation, we know that this is special. We know that this place and this family, that it's a unique thing.
It's nice that our entire family lives in New Hampshire, and I mean, to have a place that on the side of a mountain where everyone in the family can get together, as well as close family friends that have camps up there, everyone can get together, hang out, and still everyone stays connected. Especially, like, I mean, every time someone's going up to the camp, we all have our cousins group chat where we're actually able to, like, see, oh yeah, well, you guys going up too, and then most of the times a lot more people are going up.
There's a lot of love here. I think one of the reasons why camp is such a respite for many of us is because of the support and freedom there to be who you are. And it stems from my gram.
But it's funny, out of 6 children, you can't love one more than the other. I don't know what it is. You don't love any one of them any more than the other.
And then it goes to her kids.
You know, because you can have family, and a lot of times your family's not your friend. You know, you're not friends with your family. We're friends.
Yeah.
You know, we don't mind hanging out with each other once in a while.
Yeah. And to my generation.
Just being able to see everyone. I love the idea of just having something that connects us. Like it's our own not secret group, but like way to feel like we belong to something.
And hopefully to generations to come.
You know, I look around at all the different kids, and I just smile, you know, because I know things are going to be good. You know, I mean, every day is different. Every day something happens, and the next day it gets better. So, how was that for anything?
Yeah.
Anything more?
Thank you.
Was it?
Yep.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, call me anytime. I love talking to you.
Of course. Bye, Graham. Love you.
I love you, and bye-bye.